What's going on there, everybody? This your boy Dreamcatcher 305 back again with another edition of Football Mondays. And this time around, I'm going to give a recap of the NFC and the AFC Championship games. Also, I'm going to explain why the Los Angeles refs and the New England refs buck both teams so their teams can advance in the Super Bowl. Let's get right into it, man. First off, I want to start off with the NFC Championship. It was a great game from start to finish. Saints came out there explosive, scored 13 early points. Jared Goff and the crew came back and just put on a great performance. It was a good game, tick for tack, and on both ends, on both sides of the ball. Drew Brees threw 26 for 40, 249 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Jared Goff threw 25 for 40, 297 yards, a touchdown and a pick. The big key factor in the game for both teams wasn't effective running the ball. Rams rushed for 77 yards, opposed to New Orleans only rushing for 48 yards. And the key part of New Orleans' offense is getting that run game implemented with the two-headed beast they have at running back with Kamara and Ingram. They couldn't run the ball because you got them on the opposing side. You have two of the best defensive linemen in the league. You have the best defensive lineman in Aaron Donald, and you have one of the best nose tackles in the league in Ndamukong Suh. So they already plugging the A gap up, and then with Aaron Donald's speed and athleticism, he's plugging the C gaps up. So there's no lanes, there's no holes for the running back to hit. Now Kamara, he did have a great day in the passing game. He caught 11 passes for 96 yards. That's because Rams took away Michael Thomas. Rams took away Ted Ginn. Benjamin Watson took away all that, so they had no choice but to dump the ball off to Kamara coming out the backfield. One thing I kept saying throughout the game when I was seeing Kamara catch that many passes out the backfield was, why is Rams still allowing 58 to cover Kamara? Obviously, he can't. Switch it up. Wade Phillips, you have to switch it up. When you know you got a man that he's getting his head beat in, switch it up. Mark Barron played safety in college. And when he came into the league, he was still playing safety with Tampa Bay. So he still have the coverage ability. Switch it up. Make 58 your whole player, and then you take Mark Barron and have him follow Kamara throughout the game. That way, Kamara is not beating you upside the head. Now, moving forward onto the bogus, probably the worst missed call I've seen since I've been watching football. And I pride myself on DBs, and I love the physicality DBs display by smacking a receiver. But clearly, that was passing interference, and it should have been called. But Los Angeles refs had money on it. Vegas wanted to see Los Angeles refs in the Super Bowl, and that's what happened. How can the NFL simply call Sean Payton? Excuse me. How can NFL simply call Sean Payton and say, "Yeah, we got the call messed up. It should have been a call"? How can you say that after the game? You should have known that on the field right then and there. At that point of the game, sometimes I feel that that's when the NFL needs to be able to challenge certain calls. Even though you cannot challenge a penalty, but it should be something, because that's outrageous. That's outrageous to me that you caused a team to lose a game. And I understand, yeah, they went to overtime and Rams drove down the field and kicked the field goal to win. I understand that. But in the position, it's a minute and 40-something seconds left. It's third down. I believe it's 3rd and 15 or something of that sort. Receiver go out, and Drew Brees is leading the man to score a touchdown, or at least get the first down. So then after they get the first down or score the touchdown, you leave time on the clock. But I believe that New Orleans, at the end of the game, New Orleans would have come out with the W. That's just my feelings, even though I was going for the Rams. But if he would have caught that pass, whether it would have been a first down or a touchdown, New Orleans would have won the game. The end result would have been New Orleans moving on to the Super Bowl. But the NFL didn't want that. Now moving forward to the AFC Championship, you had Kansas City versus the New England Refs. Don't get me wrong, Kansas City, they made a hell of a comeback. Kansas City made a hell of a comeback. They was down 14-zip in the first half, and Mahomes just came out there slinging that rock. New England, they came out there, they controlled the clock. That's the way you got to beat a team like Kansas City when they have an electrifying electrifying offense like that. Keep Pat Mahomes and that offense on the sideline. Bill Belichick take it back old school. I'm going to pound the ball down your throat. I'm going to see you can stop it. And, oh my gosh. Kansas City defense is horrendous. I'm sorry to say it. Kansas City defense is horrible, man. And they was thinking up the joint left and right, back and forth, time in and time out. They was just thinking up the joint. Another part that played a part into their win is their time of possession. Granted, KC did score 24 points in the fourth quarter, and they only had the ball for 3 minutes. But Patriots held the ball for 44 minutes, opposed to Kansas City only having the ball for 21 minutes. So that means you're controlling the line of scrimmage. You're controlling the game. But another key part that made them Kansas City lose, and New England refs allowed the refs to go to the Super Bowl again for the ninth time, is that BS called on D Ford, not the encroachment penalty. It was third down. It was third and something, and they said it was roughing the passer. This man D Ford did not touch Tom Brady. He did not touch Tom Brady at all. So, but we know Tom Brady history with the refs and how he get these miraculous calls that nobody never touch him, a la Tuck rule, but that's neither here nor there. Watkins went bonkers. Dorsett caught a touchdown, represent for the U. But yeah, it was a great game. Tom gonna beat Tom. I'm not taking anything away from Tom. He's the greatest quarterback of all time. But he should have never been in the Super Bowl. He should not be playing in the Super Bowl. But also at the same time, I also feel that KC, they lost that game on themselves just because it's 3rd and 16. It's 3rd and 16. Why would you put, when it's down in distance, it's only two players Brady's gonna go to because they're his go-to guys. Julian Edelman and Rob Gronkowski. Why would you single coverage with Rob Gronkowski? He's split out wide. So that means it's only 2 things he's going to do. First of all, he's not quick enough to get past everybody to do a slant. So, boom. That's X out the question. He did outside release, went upfield. Why not play 2 to 1? You have Barry underneath and you have a safety over the top. Have Barry playing trail technique underneath and you have another safety over the top. That way, now if Rob Gronkowski just miraculously catch the ball, he's just a bad brother. He can have the ball. But you don't put yourself in that position. You got to be smart. That defensive coordinator for Kansas City, I'm sorry to say it, hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more. Because, woo, man, like, yeah, you have to be a little bit smarter. I understand you go man across the board. Yeah, that's cool. But you have one of the greatest tight ends of all time with the greatest quarterback of all time, and that's his bread and butter right there and there. 9 times out of 10 in those type of situations, he's giving the ball to Gronk. You have to be a little bit more smarter. But Chiefs, I feel the refs, the New England refs, played a part into KC losing, but also at the same time, KC had to take ownership of that loss as well. It's just certain things and certain plays that you don't do. You have to, and your alignment you have to be smart. You got to be on your P's and Q's every time you play Tom Brady, because he will expose your flaws time in and time out. But this your boy Gene Catcher 305. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment.